Hello, what is going on, guys? FMU here. This is a kind of thank you and farewell to FM16 video. Doesn't mean that the FM16 content is going to stop on the channel. I just felt it was something nice to do and maybe around about the right time to do something like this. We're probably going to get to the point now with the new season starting where a few things about FM17 are going to come out and we're all going to start getting into that mindset again, ready to tick over into FM17. I have struggled for some reason to really fall in love with it and really sort of pal up with it. I've been playing football managing games since Premier Manager 1. The first Premier Manager came out when I was really young and didn't know what the freaking hell I was doing, but I've been playing them and been in love with them ever since then, and this is the first real one where I have sort of struggled to really find a beautiful time with. There's been some great things, but I've kind of had to push myself a bit more this year than I have normally, and I think it may have been because I got sort of caught up in the whole sort of, people only want to watch Premier League, people only want to watch this. There was a few people that kept saying to me, you should do Premier League. So I kind of felt I needed to, and I kind of strayed away from what I started this channel for, which was the non-league stuff, the lower league stuff, and progressing to that level and moving on. We did the Grassroots to Greatness series, which was really, really well received, and I want to thank everybody for that, but it fizzled out towards the end because of the whole crap surrounding people with the in-game editor and stuff, and it just kind of destroyed my joy of playing the game a bit for a little while. But then I've kind of thought, fuck it, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I know what I do, I know what I don't do, and if people want to think the worst, then more for them, they can piss off and annoy somebody else, sort of thing. So that's the negativity out of the way. That's it, gone, done. What I'd like to see come in either in 17 or 18 would be, I don't think it's part of the game, and this was what sorry, I am actually going to have to bring the negative point back in. I get the download. I download the in-game editor basically so that I can do stadium name changes. That's one reason I get it for, because it's very handy for that, because nobody wants to be playing in the, I don't know, Paul Stadium. That's my name, Paul. I'm not having to go. Everybody else's name's Paul, but nobody wants to be playing in the Paul Howard Stadium. It's a shite name. So I've used it for that, and I've also used it to keep. This is something that I would really like. I would like you to be able to name a new stadium. Either that, or if they give you a few options to choose from, at least the board should be able to give you options to choose from. I know that managers don't have in real life really a say into what the ground's called, but with it being Football Manager, you've got to play there, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. I think you should be able to choose a name, or at least advise them on what name you prefer. You know, if they come to you, how they do sometimes when they say, we'd like to propose talks about increasing the amount of coaches, what would you think? You know, that sort of thing, if that's something you could go with. I don't know. And I'd like to see that, but one thing I'd really like to see, and I've not noticed it in the game yet, I could be absolutely being stupid here and it would already be a thing, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. When all the players that are in the game now, say if you play a save in the series and you really crack on through it and you get to, 2078 or something like that, or whatever, you lose the whole brothers and cousins and relations within the game. It goes, because regens come through, and sometimes you'll get two regens in your team, roughly the same age, same surname, born in the same city, but it doesn't say they're related brother or whatever. And I think it would be really cool, I don't know how easy it would be, but if the regens did come through with relatives coming through at other clubs or whatever, or if there's a regen member of staff, his son comes through at the academy or somebody else's academy, just to keep it going. And Regen's having kids, that would be good. Their son's coming into academies or cousins or something like that, just relations, whatever. That would really help, because after a while I kind of feel like you lose that and it's gone, and then it just doesn't seem right, it doesn't feel right. So I was using the in-game editor to do that, and I always said from the very beginning, look, this is what I'm going to use it for. When I use it, I'll show you. And I did. That's what we always did. We never used it to change players or transfers or anything like that. We just used it simply for name changes and relationship building for youth team players and that. So you could cut that aspect out by giving us the opportunity to do it in-game already, by having relations in the regen world and the ability to change, to at least have an input towards the name of the stadium or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. My favourite team to manage this year on FM16, it's a toss-up on YouTube between two from the Grassroots save. Inter Milan was amazing. Managing Inter Milan, we really built something special there, and I really did love my time there. But I don't know why, for me, Perugia just nicks it. I really enjoyed managing them. Partly because they were classed as an underdog in Serie A, but our philosophy really came to the fore in Grassroots to Greatness with Perugia and then with Inter Milan. Those two teams, it was never personified better than at those two teams. It clicked there. It really clicked, and it was just an amazing time for me on the game, and it's making me realise I may have actually liked FM16 or bonded with it a little bit more. Oh my God, the wind has just blown our freaking door downstairs, slammed shut. It's just fricked the crap out of me. So I think maybe I did actually have a bit of a bromance with the game, a bit more than what I thought I did. But yeah, I think Perugia just changed it. If it was non-YouTube, then Sparta. If you remember on YouTube, I've been doing on and off on Twitter updates, Sparta and now I'm at Dortmund. But Sparta, I was really enjoying that, but I felt the time was right to move on. I didn't want to get stuck there for too long doing the same thing each year. I wanted to sort of travel around a bit and do a bit more, but I will on that if I carry on with it, and when I can carry on with it, depending on how far I get, I will go back to Sparta because I love that club. Something about Sparta Rotterdam for me that I just really enjoy and really like. So yeah, off YouTube, it's them. On YouTube, Perugia just sneak in ahead of Inter Milan. My favourite moment of FM16 was Jose Botello injured, injury time, extra time even, wasn't it? He was injured. It was extra time if I remember rightly. We were playing in the UEFA Champions League final against Benfica at Old Trafford. One of the stands at Old Trafford, if I remember rightly, had been demolished and was sort of in the process of being rebuilt. They were doing some work on it, so there was only 3 stands going. I remember I was disgusted by this in the final, tongue-in-cheek wise, and it was one of those games, it was to and fro. I think it was 1-0, then 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2, then they went 3-2 or something like that. It kind of just seemed to go back and forth. In fact, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually put that match into this video after I've finished talking about it, just so you can have a quick little look at the highlights of the goals. I think we'll do that, and we'll leave the commentary on that was on there whilst I was playing it, and we'll do that in a second. But yeah, Jose Botello, he was bruised, he was battered, he was tired, and he picked up the ball inside his own half and he just ran and ran. And he took it past 1, past 2, past 3, past 4, and he just literally just rolls it into the back of the net. And then, to me, his avatar looked so tired, just trudging off to celebrate. And it won us the Champions League, and it was one of the best goals I've ever seen on Football Manager in terms of like a run. It was very reminiscent of Michael Owen against Argentina. that goal that he scored, the goal that gets shown to death whenever anybody mentions Argentina or England, or Argentina and England in the same sentence. I mean, that goal just gets hammered from about 6,000 different angles, and it just reminded me of that goal. Yeah, so this was the game, guys. This game just about destroyed me. Emotionally, physically. It was just a drainer. One of those games, we've all had them in Football Manager. We've all had them. But this one was mine. This one was the killer blow for me all day long. It was a great game, though, something great to be a part of. You can see that Benfica, at the minute I'm busy talking there about the state of Old Trafford. But yeah, you can see here they took the lead. Terrible defending from the corner, which made it 1-0. We then managed to get ourselves back into the game. It was a great ball across and a fantastic finish from Jose Botello, who would go on to be just an absolute legend in the world of football. No two ways about it. But look at this ball. A great ball, because maybe should have been dealt with better by the defenders there. And at this point, I remember just kind of being like a bit nervous, but then Van der Laan steps up. We signed him from Manchester United. So funny scoring at Old Trafford, considering his career at Old Trafford never really took off. He didn't get many goals for Man U, but when he came to us and joined us in Italy, he was absolutely superb. Went on to follow us to Newcastle a bit later on in his career and really did well there. But then a terrible bit of defending on the line, something that really, really ground my gears. I remember just like absolutely gobsmacked at this. I mean, look at that. Nobody on the line dealing with it. The two players on the line just sort of standing there, and he's just there, slots it home, cool as you like. We then managed to get ourselves back in front again. And Van der Laan with the goal yet again to make it 3-2 at this point to the mighty Inter Milan. And I started to foolishly believe at this point, I foolishly believed, I think we've done this. I think we've got it in the bag. No. Guess again, my friends. Guess again. Moretti, the defender, you'll see it in the 3D highlights better, misses his header. That stupid FM thing where they jump even though the ball's pretty much already gone over them. And he slotted it brilliantly into the back of the net. The goalkeeper has some sort of strange fit and falls over. But then Cristiano Ronaldo puts us back in front again. 36-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo, with one of his trademark headers, a superb, I think it was a header anyway. Let me just have a double check now I've said that. Yeah, it's a header into the far corner and scoring on his return to Old Trafford. But then, just when I thought we were going to get away with it again, a man who I'd courted throughout the series and never got to sign scored the fourth goal for Benfica to draw it to 4-4. At this point, the players were shattered. There were loads of us on bookings for both teams, and Jose Botello was on his last legs. He picked up a knock. They come forwards. I expected this to be 5, but the keeper picks it up. He rolls it to Moretti, and then this is it. I remember just screaming, "Go! Go! Go! Go!" Oh, what a finish! I remember that. Maybe that is exact words. In the 3D highlights as well, we take this back a bit. We just take it back here to see it in its entirety, to see it from the second the goalkeeper rolls it to Moretti, just to watch the run. It's a beautiful run, one of my favourite goals I've ever seen my team score on Football Manager, ever. It was a moment of pure joy. I was so shattered when I recorded this episode, and I was so just drained from the match. I was so frightened I forgot to speak for periods of the video. I was so sort of into it. But there you see Moretti come out and claim that, and then watch Moretti just sees Botello in a bit of space. Then Botello, injured, still going, cuts in there, could have lost it there, could have lost it there, could have lost it there. Keeper could have gathered it there, but he, calm as you like, slots it in. And what a game that was. That is my favourite FM moment. Everybody wants me to say Ricky Fish. I know everybody wants me to say Ricky Fish. The man was a legend. There is no doubts about it. The man was a legend. But for me, it's a tie, this is. I know that's a bit of a cheaty way, but it's a tie. Jose Botello and Danilo. I had them both at Inter Milan, and they were just unbelievable. Two players we picked up from Brazil that just... No, sorry, one we picked up from Brazil, or else we picked up from Portugal, but two players we picked up around the same time is what I meant to say. And they were both two kids and didn't really know what to expect from them. Was hoping to perhaps produce them a little bit and move them on. I did not know that they would both go on to be two of the best players in the world on the game. I mean, as I left it, Danilo was at Borussia Dortmund, I believe, and he was winning award after award after award. Botello's career kind of stumbled a bit when he went to... Did he go to Man City? I can't remember. He went somewhere and it kind of stalled a bit, but he's picked back up again now. He started playing again and he really kicked on. But yeah, those two guys, easy joint winners for me on the favourite player front. Best moment we've already gone over, it's that Champions League final, one of the best achievements I've ever done. But if we're talking about off YouTube, winning the Eredivisie with Sparta, first season we finished, I think it was third or fourth. Second season we just managed to win it. Final day we nearly fluffed it, but Ajax, I said AC Milan then, Ajax fluffed it on the final day, and then the season after it got to the final day, we were in with a shout, we fluffed it, Ajax took it. So it was definitely winning that Eredivisie if it wasn't on YouTube. Considering I've already used the Champions League final, I feel I need to give another answer, and that's it. Off YouTube with Eredivisie winning Sparta Rotterdam. So the plans going into FM17, I did a poll asking if you guys wanted to see me take a team from non-league to the top of the Premier League again, or if you wanted me to do Victoria Rosport in Luxembourg and basically turn them into a dominant European force, and thus by bringing in players and then selling them on obviously to other teams in our league and our youth players that are moved away, rejected and whatever, it would hopefully really improve the rest of the Luxembourg Premier Division and the national team and so on and so forth. You guys voted for that, so going into FM17 we're going to be doing a save turning Rosport into a world beater, hopefully winning the Champions League eventually, the Europa League, the Champions League, the Club Winners' Cup, and who knows, depending on how it goes and how it's received, maybe if down the line we could try managing Luxembourg and winning the World Cup and European Championships and something like that. That'd be ridiculous, but you never know, depending on how far down the line we go. That's what I'd like to do. That's what I'd like to try and achieve next year with FM17. So that's it, guys. That leaves me just to say a massive thank you to everybody who supported me through all the years up until now, all the new people that have come along because of FM16, the guys at FM Scout for allowing me to work with them, and we had some great times doing some great stuff, getting their YouTube channel up and running. Unfortunately, due to my workload and stuff in life, I had to stop making videos with them, which is a real shame because I enjoyed it. But they're going through strength to strength. They've got an amazing team over this. Thank you to them for that. They helped me really push my subs up for a while. And to everybody who's ever hit a like button, ever watched a video, ever left a comment, ever subbed, even if you're unsubbed now, thank you very much for subbing to me what you did. It means a massive amount to me. When I started this, I never expected to get more than 20 subs, and I'm sitting at just over 3,000 now, so a massive thank you to all of you. Thank you for your continued support, and I hope to make content that you enjoy for many years to come. But for now, guys, I'm out of time, and as always, it's been an absolute bloody pleasure being in your face. Bye bye.